Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As I talked about in the last video, I wanted to start Ishmael out early in his career with a companion, and I've chosen Ember. So today, we're going to go to High Isle and see if we can do the quest at level 3. So, let's begin. Comes next.
Tales of Tribute.
Right? So, High Isle and Aminos. It is up here. Is where she is. There's a way shrine that's up here. So let's try something. We have a way shrine that's at West Bay Bank, but I also have Beam Me Up, which is a teleporter that allows me to use. Well, you can use them anyways. It allows me to use the position of people who are in the guilds that I belong to. I can transport right to their position. You can actually do that. Anyways, this just makes the whole process easier and smoother. So let's see. There's got to be somebody in High Isle. There is. Let's go. And let's see if it takes us to another. Let's see if it takes us to one that we don't have. One that's closer to Ember. And it did. It took us to Steadfast Manor Way Shrine, which is one that we didn't have. No? Actually, no. Yeah, this is the one we started with, and it took us to here. Okay. Let's see. Who else is in High Isle? So let's look at our guilds. Alright, roster. I am in High Isle. I only belong to 3 guilds. Let's see where. Tribal to player. You can belong to up to 5. Or as few as none. I currently belong to 3. I have belonged to 5 before. Okay. Gonfalon Square. Okay, this is a good one. This takes us over in here. Alright. Let's check. Ooh, I just leveled. Yes, I did. Alright, so we want light pants. Magica. Make points. Let's see. All right, we'll take that. That will fill us out with all 3 of our class abilities. We'll level them. Plus, I have Soul Trap. We'll use Soul Trap because once you cast Soul Trap with empty Soul Gems in your inventory, you have like 8 seconds. And if you kill something, then you capture that soul, and it'll increase your Soul Trap. It'll increase your soul ability. All right. So this is not where I want to be. Where I want to be is up here. There is a way shrine up here. So let's go back and not group. See who else is in High Isle. Let's see where they are. Travel to play. See, so this is using the ability without using Beam Me Up. This is using the ability as anybody can actually use it. But like I said, Beam Me Up just makes it smoother and cleaner. And all right, so enough with that. What we'll do is we'll go right back to here. And we'll just run up. And... No, I don't want to do any quests.
Over here, I could use your help.
I know. I understand that. Sorry, though. Not interested. What we're going to do is we're going to go get Ember, and then we're going to get back to Canarthy's Roost and start... our life. See how I'm sprinting now and I'm using stamina? That's what I was mentioning earlier. Oh, okay. There is a sky shard down here. Let's go get it. Very nice. And so all of these things that you're seeing on the map, like the chests, the different stuff that you can farm, the chests, the clams, those are not in the native interface either. Those are from mods. Map mods. And once you put Minion 3 on, you can search for different map mods that'll allow you to do that. Alright, I've done this quest a couple times. Should be able to get through it fairly quickly.
Get away from me, stupid thing!
This is him. Ladlo Menant. What's up, buddy?
Steer
What's going
clear
on?
of Tor Draok, stranger.
Okay,
Those
why?
strange moats are everywhere. I saw one of them turn a cow into a person.
Wow.
I'm getting out of here before one of them gets me. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a farm animal.
Right, I can't say I blame you. So what's wrong?
I don't know. I was just trying to cut through the area around the old wizard's tower there when I spotted those strange moats. It was chaos. Unnatural things started happening, and then one of the moats started chasing me.
My God, really? Does things like this happen a lot at Tor Draok?
No, not that I've ever seen. And I take that shortcut almost every day. The Magister who lives there and his Khajiit assistant, Ember, are nice enough. I hope they're all right. But I'm not crazy enough to go back. You look brave. Maybe you could?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's why I'm here. I'll go see what's going on at Tor Draok. And first, though, we're going to pick up that way shrine. Now, I do know that everything is, with one Tamriel, everything is supposed to scale to your level, but I don't know if this zone is conducive to a level 3. So I'm going to be very, very careful. I just want to, especially with no gear, I just want to get in here, do this quest, and get back to Canarthy's Roost. So let's do that. There's my marker on the map. Ah, nice. And once we get to Canarthy's Roost, I think we're going to end up meeting one of my favorite characters in the game. Alright, let's go up here. She should be right up here. Ah, here she is.
Get back here, you stupid thing!
Ember! Alright.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you look like someone who's good at cleaning up messes. I've got a big one for you, if you're up for it. I'd pay you for your time, but I need someone quick on their feet. This mess is turning into a crisis.
I'll give it my best shot. Let's do it. What's going on?
I was experimenting with a spell while my mentor, Magister Iran, was away, but The magic went awry. If it doesn't get dealt with, it's going to spread beyond this area and harm a bunch of innocent people. I can't fix it on my own, so I need help.
I'll help. Yeah, heck yeah. How can I help?
I need to develop a counterspell. But first, the protective wards around the area need to be restored by someone other than myself, so I don't taint the magic. That's where you come in. Like I said, if you help, I can pay.
I'll help you. Yeah, heck yeah.
Hold still. You'll need this unless you want to spend the next few hours as a sheep. Not as glamorous as it sounds.
Honestly,
And
it doesn't
here,
sound that
take
glamorous.
these crystals. You'll need them to restore the wards. The first one is in the meadow just up the hill to the north.
So what do these wards normally do?
Mostly they serve to keep errant magic inside. The spell I created has my magical mark on it, if that makes sense.
It does.
There are certain types of magic that can be affected by their creator, intentionally or not. Messing with forces already attuned to you can have unpredictable results.
All right, let's get this going. Let's do the wards. And so... So I do have a video I'm going to be putting up where I do this quest. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on dialogue and whatnot with him. I just want to get in and out, get the quest underway. I guess we should try and take on some of these animals to get the EXP. Let's see. Okay, that was really easy for 2 experience.
Here we are. I'm going to cast a little pure... That's 1 ward restored. Let's go fix the next one. It's in the glade just west of here.
Soul gem. So you receive a soul gem. You use it to recharge enchanted weapons, revive fallen allies, or revive yourself. So that's what we just did. We soul magic, and let's keep doing it. And we might as well harvest as well. Okay, so you know what? I think that this isn't going to be all that bad, to be truthful. That with this scaling, yeah, I guess I probably could go to any zone I wanted to without worrying too much about it.
Here we are. I'll make sure... Oh, you're a natural. Maybe you should have been Magister Iren's apprentice.
Maybe. Nernroot. And a friggin' spriggin'. Drayok Cave. Alright, sorry about that. That was a little bit of an AFK. Let's go down in here. Oh, you know what else we need to do?
Let's get this over with. That's all the wards. Let's talk outside.
Okay.
I need to figure out what to do next.
I need a Mundus Stone. Right, and our guide recommends the thief, but you know what? I'm going to put the one that gives me speed, that boosts my speed for while he's small, while he's younger, like this. Because it really is kind of irritating how slow he runs. Alright.
Stupid moats.
What's up?
I know my rogue spell is to blame for most of the weirdness happening around Tordreok, but it almost seems like these damned moats are becoming dangerous. They're doing more than just mischievous magic. Ugh, fish biscuits. I need to figure
Fish
this out.
biscuits. Mind your manners. Okay, why would they turn dangerous?
I'm not sure. The moats aren't new. They're always hanging around Tordrea. I think they're drawn to places like this. But there was nothing in my spell that should have made them act malevolent. And there are a lot more around than usual.
Okay. Should we do something about them?
Yes, I can make traps to contain them, but I'm still worried about their behavior. While I work on the traps, could you head into the tower and look to Magister Aaron's things? He might have a book with more information about the moats.
Okay, yep, I'm on my way.
See if you can find anything in the tower about the moats. I'll meet you there and start on the traps.
Alrighty.
This is ridiculous. I knew Magister Aaron should never have taken in a mangy cat like you.
Relax, Huldressa. I'm working on it.
You better work fast, because when Magister
Huntle's
Aaron...
trail.
What the... Oh!
All right. That was a little funny.
She got turned into a guar. I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Alright, let's go in here. See what we can find. And, of course, we will loot everything. Everything that we can possibly loot, we will loot. Magic to Aaron's notes. Okay. I don't think these have anything to do with what we're doing. Triumphs of a Monarch. Okay. Lore book discovered. Sorrows of the Wind. This is the one that I believe is pertinent to this quest. Okay, so there are several stories about the sources of power at Tor Dreyok. Some feature the usual culprits, such as an evil witch or a vengeful chieftain who turned to dark magic to slay his enemies. The histories vary, but one thing remains certain. Whatever occurred at this tower in the distant past has left a mark. The most prevalent legend is called Sorrows of the Wind. A fanciful tale to be sure, but one wonders if a grain of truth rests at its core. Locals say the moats that blink in and out of sight sometimes are the remnants of a mournful, terrible spirit named Wind Sorrow. The story goes that the Isles were once home to creatures of nature, elven or human in appearance. The existence of such creatures has never been confirmed and may be bardic fancy in service of a good story. Certainly, the earliest inhabitants of these islands were powerful magic wielders who shaped the land and sea. Over time, the archipelago was discovered and settled by man and mer, and if any of these ancient inhabitants remained, they stayed mostly hidden. A female ancient, lovely and fair, was said to be so attuned to the breeze that moved over the isles that her clothing and hair constantly moved as if stirred by the wind. She fell in love with an ancient chieftain who settled nearby and left the hidden places of the archipelago to live with him. The tales say she bore him two children, both bright and beautiful. After many years, she learned of her mother's passing. Thus, she left her home and children to return to her own people. When she returned from her travels, she found that her husband had abandoned her for another. This other woman was dark of heart and jealous. She clouded the mind of the great chieftain with magic. Worse, and more tragically, she poisoned the two children so that her own issue would inherit all. The spurned wife might have weathered the betrayal of her spouse, but her grief at the loss of her children unbound the winds. So the legend goes. Wild with pain and sorrow, she raised everything in her path for days. A group of brave souls, druids, chieftains, warriors, and witches, fought to rein her in and stop the violent winds so that the isle could heal. The lovely dell where Tor Dreyok now stands was the site of this ferocious battle against the creature they named Wind Sorrow. Her grave rests somewhere near the tower, or so the legend says. According to this version of the story, the moats that flit about the tower are manifestations of her spirit, as well as her children's, who are buried alongside her. Other stories say that she was never conquered, only subdued, and that she may return one day to tear High Island apart, rock by rock. Ooh, okay. There you go. Now we know. And like G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. Alright. So let's go tell Ember what we learned.
You in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you find anything useful?
I did. I found a
Finished the
book.
traps. Once we set them up, they should take care of the moats. Then I can sort out the livestock in Holdressa, and at some point create a counterspell to fix everything for good. Did you learn anything useful?
I did, about a wind spirit.
Oh, I read that one, with the wind sorrow lady, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what if my spell disturbed her and that's why the moats are acting up? That's troubling, and also a problem for future Ember.
Yep.
Let's focus on one thing at a time. Or two things, actually.
Okay. Which are?
The traps are finished, but the livestock and Heldressa are still a problem. I want to figure out a way to return them all to their natural forms before the illusion does any damage. Could you set the traps while I do that?
I'd be happy to.
Here, I'll mark some places to set the traps. They're in a pack by the work tables outside. While you do that, I'll figure out how to fix the livestock and Heldressa. Then I can work on my counterspell. Meet me by the livestock pens when you're done.
Okay, I'll go set the traps.
Good luck setting up the traps. I'll meet you by the livestock pens when you're finished.
You got it. Okay, we got the traps. And my first one is going to be here.
All right, let's get you two back to your regular chicken selves. Ha! I knew it would work. Run along, ladies.
All right, Ember, where are we?
You're
What's going
back. The traps worked, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
See? I told you I know what I'm doing.
Yes, you did.
Mostly. Speaking of which, I think I figured out a way to return the livestock to their original forms.
Really? How?
I made something. I know it looks like a spoon, but, well, technically it is a spoon, but I enchanted it. And I call it the Spoon of Undo. I just tested it on those chickens. It removes the illusions perfectly.
Can I use it to eat ice cream and soup? No? Maybe? Okay, why is it important to remove the illusions from the livestock?
Normally I wouldn't bother, but illusions can be disorienting and cause terrible headaches. I don't want any of the animals suffering while I come up with my counterspell. Oh, and Holdressa. I suppose I don't really want her suffering either.
I'm not sure I believe you when you say that, but what can I do to help?
Here, take the Spoon of Undo. If you could run around and fix the livestock and Holdressa, that will give me a chance to finally whip up this counterspell. By the time you're finished, I'm sure I'll have something figured out.
Okay, I'll take your enchanted spoon and help the livestock. You go work on your counterspell.
Just look around for people making animal noises. I'm sure they won't be hard to find. And tell them I'm sorry when you change them back, would you? As for Holdressa, I'm all in favor of leaving her as a guar. Just kidding.
Again, I don't think you're just kidding. Anyways, how does the Spoon of Undo work?
It sounds cute when you say it. It's a pretty simple reversing enchantment. It should counteract the magic from the motes and dispel the illusion. Basic stuff. Not even I can mess up.
Right, I'm not sure that the animals are going to let me do that. What do you think about that?
Well, they're still animals. They might run around a bit, but I doubt they'll make it too difficult for you. They're not exactly geniuses. Personally, if I was a sheep and got turned into a human, I think I'd go off on an adventure.
Okay, so one question. So what were you trying to do with your experiment in the first place?
I wasn't trying to turn animals into people, I swear. I had a theory about animating the inanimate. One of Magister Irin's texts gave me the idea. That's probably why he locks so many of his books away, now that I think about it.
Makes sense. What will he do if he returns before we fix everything?
Well, I'm hoping to avoid that scenario. But if it does happen, I'm not sure. He's an odd one. I'm too old for him to punish, and he's not really the type to dole out discipline anyway. I think he'd be disappointed, which is so much worse.
All right, now let's fix it.
I'll be in the tower working on the counterspell. Come find me when you're done.
I will. Alrighty then. There we go. There's two of the little buggers right up here. One's going that way. One's going this way. Spoon of Undo. Do what you do. Or undo. And here we go. Alright, so let's see. There we go. Stop running. I have the Spoon of Undo for you. Alrighty then. Now we'll go get Haldressa. I'm gonna have to chase her around, I know I am. Haldressa, come to me. I have the Spoon of Undo to undo what has been done to you. I will help you if you stop running. There we go.
Was I just a guar?
Yes, yes you were.
This is all Emma's fault.
Fish biscuits. That wasn't right.
Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. That didn't sound good at all.
I assume Hildressa is back to her charming self?
Yes, she is.
Into a problem.
Uh-oh, what is it?
I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I've nearly finished my counterspell, but I need to find a tome called The Mirrored Way to complete it. I know Magister Irin has it, but it's not with the rest of his books. That's the bad news.
Okay. Why is that bad news?
Because if the Mirrored Way isn't with the rest of his things, it's probably locked away in his arcane library. The library he specifically forbids me from entering. The tome I need has to be in there. Without it, I can't make the counterspell.
Alright, so what do we do? What should we do?
Magister Irin has warned me not to enter his library 1,000 times. But these are special circumstances. There will probably be some magical traps inside meant to keep me out. So I'll need your help getting the book while I deal with them.
Okay, I'll get it. Let's do it.
Once we find the Mirrored Way in Magister Irin's library, I can finish my counterspell. I just hope the old man wasn't serious about putting something dangerous inside to keep me out. He was definitely kidding. Had to be. Come on, let's go.
Okay, what kind of magical traps do you think we'll run into?
Not sure. I picked the lock on the place as soon as I figured out he didn't want me getting in there. He's since put up protections and told me to stay out unless I have his permission. I'm sure he's got some kind of ward or barrier set up.
Okay, so you were able to enter his arcane library just by picking the lock?
It wasn't hard. Mages like Magister Irin tend to think in very magical ways. They'll put magic reinforcements over every inch of a place, but forget a few pins and a good ear can foil them. And to be fair to him, I'm a very good lockpick.
Really? How'd you get so good?
Necessity. I wasn't exactly raised in the lap of luxury. Not even in the lap of genteel poverty, for that matter. You get good at things like that if you don't want to be hungry. Or caught by guards or angry merchants.
Okay.
Follow me. The library's downstairs. Give me just a moment to pick the lock. All right, let's get in and out as quick as we can.
All right, agreed.
I don't sense anything. Maybe the old man was bluffing.
Probably not. Nope, he certainly
Fish
wasn't.
biscuits!
I warned you, Ember.
They're specifically targeting me. I'll figure out a way down. You just focus on getting the book.
Okay, we got some points for Fighters Guild on that. Let's check these bookcases, see if we can get some Mages Guild stuff, right? Emveridal Arcanium. Written in a strange and secret code, this text cannot be read without the proper implements and the use of special spells. Okie dokie. If these are worth anything. I don't think they're worth anything unless you steal them. We'll grind them down, I guess. This is the Mirrored Way. Herein lies the twisted ways of ancient spellwork are contained. Beware ye who gaze upon this tome and behold its wondrously confusing spells. Spells of the Mirrored Way weave a twisting path and have led many an overzealous acolyte to damage, despair, and even death. Beware. To read further, you must know the secret incantation of the Mirrored Way. Okay. I think there's another book over here, isn't there?
Now let's get out of here before I set off something else.
Yes, the purities of mania. I will not sign my name to this treatise. No, 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 but I am compelled to write down the wonders I have seen and felt in my time in the Shivering Isles. The mania that overtook me was an open maw I both feared and was drawn to, a whirl of madness from which creativity, sleeplessness, fury, and joy burst forth. I explored for a period of time that I cannot remember, a year, a month, I do not know for certain, wherein I dove into the secrets of a spell while my understanding was enhanced and expanded using green mote. I walked away from this experience with the key to unlocking the mysteries of the rare crystals sometimes found among Ayleid ruins. You may laugh with disbelief when I tell you that I delved into the heart of an amethyst crystal created by some ancient Ayleid, perhaps, which had been faceted and formed by the winds of mania. Let me explain, and you shall see the truth of it. The clear and brilliant, all-consuming truth. Okay, fair enough. Mary, where'd you go? Not Mary, sorry. Ember, where'd you go?
Magister Irin really didn't want me getting in there, huh?
No, he did not.
I have to admire. I didn't know the old man had it in him. He had something to target me specifically. What a sneaky old goat. Good thing I had you with me.
Yes, it is.
You managed to get the book, right? Let me see it.
There you go.
Let me take a look. No, not that. That would be bad. What about this? Oh, here it is. It's Amahan ist Exis, not Gahan Amexis is. Good thing I checked. See? That's personal growth right there.
Okay, so what does it mean?
2 different arcane glyphs. They do entirely different things when written and pronounced aloud. The second one is what I need for my counterspell. Now, all that's left is to get to the old ritual circle and cast this. I'll need your help again.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
The counterspell should set everything right in Tordrayak. Things will be just as Magister Irin left them, and I won't have to face his furrowed brow. I'll need your help at the ritual site. Casting a spell this big is a 2-person job.
Fair enough. Why can't you cast this counterspell here?
The old ritual circle is a place of power, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. I plan to draw on the magic there to help strengthen my counterspell. Magister Irin told me about it. This probably isn't how he wanted to implement the lesson.
Okay. Do you think that Windsong Sorrow or Windsorrow Spirit is actually there?
Maybe. Old tales and myths always start from some truth at some point in time. The moats around here seem to be affected by more than my spell, is all I'm saying. I always expect the worst. I find it helpful.
Okay. Alright. So what do you think we might find at the ritual site?
If luck is with us, maybe just some irritated wildlife we can deal with as we've done before. Or some of the bolder moats. But if there is some truth to the ancient tales, then maybe we find some sort of really cranky wind spirit.
Okay. I do kind of feel sorry for the wind spirit, but I will bash her brains in if she makes me.
The ritual circle is just up the hill to the north. I'll meet you there.
Let's do it.
I'm here. First, we need to set the ritual flames. There's 3 around the site. First, we need to set the ritual flames. There's 3 around the site.
Okay.
Light the 3 ritual flames here. I'll get the ones on the altar.
Oh, and there she is.
Not my left.
There you go.
Almost there. It's done! The spell is set. Follow me. We should be able to see it materialize.
I do love the scenery. Alright, let's go.
Any second now. We did it! Come on, let's get back to the tower.
Refuse to work under these conditions. I was turned into a guar. A guar!
Of course, Huldressa. I promise to address the situation.
You had it
See
coming,
that, you do.
Haldressa. You know you did.
Huldressa sold me out, didn't she?
Let me speak to your associate first, Ember. So, you were witness to the events here, and as I understand it, you had a hand in bringing them to an end. For that, I thank you. And if you'll indulge me, I do have a few lingering questions.
Of course you
What in the world happened?
do. Amber had a spell go awry.
I don't know what I expected, leaving her to her own devices here, even temporarily. Ember and Trouble are old friends. I can still feel the repercussions of this spell gone awry, as you say. Do I have you to thank for rectifying it?
Well, she already fixed it. I just helped.
I see. As trying as she can be, she truly is a talented mage. She can be impatient. Given her natural inclination to magic, it's understandable. I always knew I was perhaps not the best teacher for her.
Why do you say that?
I took her in because I knew I couldn't leave someone as skilled and impulsive as her to her own devices.
And yet you
But
did
I
just
have
that,
neither
though,
the
didn't you?
time nor aptitude to teach her properly. It's my own failing. Speak
Yeah.
to her, would you? I must collect my thoughts.
I'll talk to her.
Don't worry. Ember isn't in any trouble. While I am not pleased about my traumatized cook, I must concede that everything is back in order and the consequences of Ember's magic weren't dire. Still, I must consider what to do now.
Really? Is she that difficult?
I don't mean to give the impression that Ember is incapable of learning. That's not the case. She's a bright mage, one of the brightest I've ever seen. Everything I've taught her she's taken to like flame to parchment. But therein lies the problem.
Okay, how?
Well, just like a flame, Ember wants to devour everything around her. Her appetite for knowledge is ceaseless. That's good quality in a mage, but not necessarily one I'm equipped to deal with. By my own admission, I'm methodical, cautious, by the books.
And Amber isn't?
Exactly right. Ember needs someone who can keep up with her. Someone who thrusts themselves headlong into adventure so that she may temper herself and her magic beside them. Perhaps when I was younger, I could have been that for her, but not now.
I understand. Bye-bye.
Hey, you! Let's talk while Magister Irin collects his thoughts. I thought Magister Irin would be as mad as a wet dragon, but he looks amused. It's probably because he's wanted to turn Huldressa into a guar at some point. He just won't admit it. And the fact that we fixed it all before he got here helped.
So are dragons generally mad when they get wet?
Well, I've been thinking. I'm grateful to Magister Irin, but sitting and reading about magic has little appeal to me. This whole thing just proved to me that I'm too restless here. I want to do magic, not just study it. Go on adventures, see things.
Okay. So you want to leave Tordrayak?
I think it's time. I've been given good training here, but I still have a lot to learn. For me, the best teachers are curiosity and experience. I learn best by doing, so I need to get out in the world and continue my training.
Okay, fair enough. What's next?
Ember the Sorcerer. I like the sound of that, but that can come later. First, take this. It's not much, but you deserve it. I think we made a good team today. If you ever need a sorcerer who has your back, let me know.
I will do just
We'd
that.
have some fun.
We are gonna have some fun.
Magister Irin, I'm grateful
All right.
for your teachings and your patience, but I think it's time for me to move on.
The world is an excellent teacher for one of your talents, Ember. Do write me occasionally.
I should go pack my things. And say goodbye to Huldressa. Not a chance.
All right. So we have Ember. It was not hard at all. It was actually pretty easy. And I like her of all the ones, all the companions. Well, I've actually only tried the two, but when I tried Ember on top of it, I like her better. So, as you can see, our skills are increasing. And let us call her forth. My first companion.
Ember the Sorcerer reporting for duty.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to end this video here. And I think that really the only thing we really need to do is to get ourselves a Mundus Stone. And I'm going to go with, like I said, the blueprint that we're working with says the Thief. and that's going to be cool for higher levels. But for the moment, I'm going to go for the steed. I want the 10% extra for him to move around. I'm going to end this here. When I pick back up, we will briefly go get the Munda Stone, and then we'll head to Canarthy's Roost and start the quest, or start the quest lines there. There's a lot of chests to unlock in Canarthy's Zone, Canarthy's Roost. They're all over the place, which will help us build up our Legerman skill. There is a lot of training gear. There's gear that has the training attribute, and it's whatever level, however, it's based upon your level when you get it. So let's see. I'll take that. This one, I'm not going to do that. That's worth 2,200. I can sell it. So when we come back, that's what we're going to do. For now, enjoy your day.